Hello everyone, Lisa here. Welcome to What's Crafting Wednesday. I hope everyone had a very crafty week. I know I was busy making things for Halloween, so I hope everyone else had their craft on all week. Okay, so tonight we will be making a Halloween card, and I covered it up for now, so you can get a little sneak peek before we get started. I'm really excited about it. I hope you're excited as I am because I think it came out really nice. But first, we of course are going to do our drawing from last week. We have two drawings tonight. First is the drawing for the two quick and easy, clean and simple. And I have my trusty gold bag, so happy to have it back. And my names for the drawing. So let me just get those in my trusty bag here. So first we will draw for these two cards, and then we will draw another name for my stepped up version. All right, here we go. A little shake, shake, shake. Okay, and I have a name, and it is Judy. Well, congratulations, Judy. You get the two clean and simple cards. And then I still haven't made the envelope to go with this, but there will be an envelope. So whoever the lucky winner is, you will get an envelope with this card. It basically is the same card. I just stepped it up a little bit. On last week, I stamped these for the banner, and for my stepped up version I stamped and punched and popped them up, and this as well, and I added in the snowflakes and the rhinestones, and I think that was it for my stepping up. All right, so let's give this a shake again, and another mix. And I have a ticket here, and it is Lonnie. Well, congratulations, Lonnie. Okay, everyone. Are we ready for the great reveal? Okay, here it is. Here's my envelope. Very simple with some bats on it. I didn't do anything on the flap this week. And here is the card. I just love, love, love how this card came out. So let me show you what the fun fold is. Are we ready? Okay. There it is. It opens like this, and then it stands. It's called something like a center pop-out, something like that. But that is what we will be making. There's scores and cuts, but it really is quite simple. So measurements down, it is very easy to make. And I just love it with this DSP. Oh, and let's take a look at the back. The back is where you have room that you can write. So I put the sentiment in the middle here, and then there's two sides here if you'd like to write, or you could also further embellish. So I use the Spooky Halloween stamp set for the bats, and Words for the Season for the sentiment on the back. And I used two sets of dies. I used the Spooky Halloween dies, and this was for the haunted house. And I used the Fright Night dies, and that is for the Eek and the Boo. And the card base, the DSP is our Halloween pack, and this is called Spooky Sweet. Okay, so let's get started. I will, when I edit after, I will put all the measurements in my Facebook post, and they'll also be on my blog post and my YouTube post. So here is our card pack. I have everything all ready. Anything else hiding in there? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. So I have a basic white envelope. Going to put that off for right now. And I have all my little pieces cut here, so let's get this in order. I kind of did put them in order that we'd be using them, but I guess they got a little messed up when I did. 2 pieces of basic white for this by 5 1/4. And the other piece to stamp on is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I have the 2 pieces for the front. They are also 1 3/4. Yes, 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And the center piece, I went a little larger than the 1 3/4 because I just wanted to make sure that the house fit nicely on it. So this here I did 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. And then I have 4 of these little pieces. At least I did have 4 of them. Did I lose one? Oh, there it is. He was hiding. So I have 4 of these, and they are 1 by 1 1/4. No, 1 3/4. 1 by 1 3/4, and I have 4 of those, and I have 2 of these, and they are 3/4 by 2 3/4. Let's just check my memory. Yes. And I have already pre-cut the boo and the eek for the back and the haunted house. And I just see I need a scrap of crushed curry that I don't have here. So let me just grab this so I'm ready. Okay, so let's get started. Our basic black card base goes this way. Just take note, and again, it will be written out. It is only 8 inches this way, not 8 1/2. So it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer now. And we're going to score first at 2. Just move my card a little bit. We're going to score at 2 on both ends. I mean, you could do 2 and 6, but just turns it around 2 and 2. And now we're going to turn it, and just a little glare on here. We're going to put it at 1 1/4 there. See this 1 1/4 mark right there? We're going to line this edge up with the 1 1/4. And then we're going to take the blade, the cutting blade, and it has the little arrow, so you want to line it up with your score mark here because we're going to cut between the 2 scores. And we're going to pick it up, we're going to turn it around and do the same thing again, the 1 1/4 mark. And we're going to start it at the score line here and then cut up to the other score. Okay, now we're going to turn it again, and we're going to do 3 additional scores. So we're now going to put this edge at the 3-inch mark, and we're going to score between the cut. So I'm just going to score from the cut to the cut. And then we're going to turn it around, put it at 3 inches again, and score from the cut line to the cut line. And then we're going to move it to the 4-inch mark, and we're going to score outside the cut lines, from the top to the cut line, and then the cut line to the bottom. All right. And now it is the fun part. It is the decorating part. Just going to fold on the scores. And we don't want to drop our card. fold there. And we'll fold over here. And then you can still get a good crease if you just fold it and hold it there and there and there. Okay, so that creates your center pop out. So we just have to adhere our DSPs and let's see. I cut this paper a little bit differently than the other. It was just the way it came out, but it is the same pattern. So we're just going to adhere these on both sides. And I'm using Tombow because I always like to have that extra wiggle room in case I need it. But you could use Stamp and Seal, you could use Tear and Tape. I always like to use the Tombow. I just love the way this scene played out in the card with this DSP. It does look like the front of a building. At least I think so. Indulge me. Tell me you think so too. So again, these are 1 3/4 by 1 inch. I'm just going to add the 4 of them on here. Has anyone gotten this Halloween paper this year? It is a fun pack. All right, I know Jennifer said she'd been doing some Halloween crafting since last week. Has anyone else done any Halloween crafting? Does anyone intend to do any Halloween crafting? I know everyone who knows me knows that it is my favorite time for crafting. And then these two, stuck to my finger now. I bet you like that, Carol. Seeing me get a little gluey. These are going to go on the sides here. So I could picture making this card in floral patterns, making it for Christmas. But I just thought with this paper it was super fun for a Halloween card. And then we'll add this one in the center. Nice bright pop of pumpkin pie in the middle. All right, so now what we need to do, we just need to get some lights on in our haunted house here. So very professionally, I just took and held it up against a piece of crushed curry and just cut around behind it. Just hold it there. As I said, very professionally, right? Kind of a little haphazardly going around here. Just make sure you don't cut your haunted house. And we'll get rid of that. And then just trim a little more off over here. And then a little bit of glue to the back so we could attach that to it. Don't need a lot, just want to put it around the window here and around, I guess that's another window. And the door frame. Okay. And then just turn it around, make sure you don't have any of it sticking out. And this here, we're going to adhere with dimensionals. We're going to give it a little pop. So I don't know how many I used, but I used a healthy amount when I put my card together. I'm sure that's what you expected me to do. I can assure you it's not going to pop off and it's not going to sag in the middle. And we'll stick a couple little mini ones in here too. Okay. Is there anyone that doesn't think that's enough? Speak up now. Okay, now I just got to pull all these backings off. That seems to be what always takes the longest to do. And you're probably saying, of course it takes a long time because you put so darn many on. I know, I still have that fear it's going to fall off or it's going to sag in the middle, and we certainly don't want it sagging in the middle. Okay. Looks fairly perfectly centered, if I do say so. So now we're going to flip this over. I'm going to adhere these. And you could always put additional sentiment on here or some additional embellishing. I just kept it simple in case whoever is the lucky winner next week would like to have room to write. Or maybe do some of their own extra embellishing. Does anyone have trouble when they work with basic black cardstock, seeing the score lines? Yeah, I do. And I'm just going to very lightly add some glue on here. And yes, I know I could have used adhesive sheet, but what fun would that be? It's more fun doing this, trying not to get sticky. And I just angled it. It is actually slightly wider than my panel. I probably could have made the panel 1/8 of an inch wider, but I didn't think it was necessary. Angling this, it's fine. Ooh, where did that come from? I know, Carol, if you're watching, you are probably hysterical with me dripping the glue like that. I don't think that has ever happened to me before. Oh my goodness, I got glue on the other side too. Can I even get away with this? I think so. I was going to jump up and cut another one, but I think it's viable. I'll just have to use the glue eraser after on it. I really don't know where that big drop of glue came from. All right, so angle that one down. And now we stamp our sentiment. I first stamped the sentiment in the black and then with the bats, and I said, no, I gotta do that over. And once I did it in the pumpkin pie, I said, boy, that pops now. That looks good. Okay. And now for the bats. And all of them come on one stamp, so I just angled one way, and then I angled the other way. And while we're at it, I might as well do the bats on the envelope. So our stamping is done. And now we just need to adhere this to the card. And hope we don't get any drippy glue again. In the center, yeah, pretty good. I'm telling you, it is so hard to see, at least for me, the score lines on the black cardstock. And all we have left is a little embellishing. I use these all the time. I can't think of the name. Shimmer Star Foam Stickers. So what did I do here? I put a large one on the front. And then on the back, I did a medium and a small. Put a medium up there, and we'll put a small one down here. Okay, and I have a wee spot of ink there. Where did that come from? Let's cover it up. Okay, then we might as well make this card match as well. There. Okay, so this is our sample from tonight, and this was mine that I had made already. So let's move it that way. I'll leave that one down there. Oh, and our envelopes. Okay, my crafty friends, so leave me some love. Let me know what you think about this card. I was just so happy with the way it came out. I mean, it's really this DSP did all the work. It really looks like a building. And I love that the way it pops out and the dimension with the haunted house. That's what I should do. Leave that one that way and this one that way so everyone can see the front and the back. All right, my crafty friends, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's card. I hope you give it a try as well. Don't let it intimidate you. It really is very easy. As long as you have your measurements, this card actually is a breeze to make, which you just saw tonight, how easy it was when I made it. All right, everyone, have a wonderful and crafty week. Make sure you get inky. Make sure you send me a picture of whatever you craft this week. And I will see you back here next Wednesday. Same time, same place. Okay, everyone. Thanks a lot. Bye.